Hello, I'm Ray. It was such a sunny day, perfect afternoon for us to take a look at the brand new Galaxy Note 8. For the first time ever, Note 5 users are gonna jump from 5 to 8. It seems that not only has 7, 8, 9, yep, I'm talking to Apple, but also 5, 8, 6 and 7 as well. Alright, back on the Note 8. As the success of the Note 5 and the S8 Plus, it comes with all the goodies we want from Samsung. The S Pen, the Infinity Edge display, and don't forget the newly added dual camera setup. Trust me, that's amazing. The best ever dual camera system ever. More on that later. So before we dive right into the Note 8, let's check out the packaging as well. There we have the SIM tool and user guide as usual. Anyway, this is it, the AKG tuned made by Samsung earphones. It is a good pair of manufacturer-included earphones, but if we compare that to earphones that are sold for hundreds of dollars or pounds, you will find the audio quality is not that impressive at all. Another disappointment is the travel adapter. The Note 8 supports only the outdated Quick Charge 2.0 technology. Maybe that's related to the battery gate last year. Just hope for the best in 2018. And just as usual, we can take the micro USB to Type-C converter and the USB on-the-go dongle as granted. But they are in black this time around, love it. So that's it for the unboxing. This is it, the Note 8, that we have been probably waiting for 1.5 years. But to be honest, as an S8 Plus user, the wow effect of the Infinity Edge display has gone for like months. Now I just take it for granted again. But with a larger screen size and the boxy rectangular overall design, the Note 8 does look a lot more professional and is indeed even more massive. But thankfully the busy dual camera LED flash, heart rate sensor and fingerprint sensor module on the back is not as weird as it might look in photos and videos. And the dual glass design just shines as always. Yep, it does give you one more glass panel to crack, and it collects your fingerprints like nothing else. But the dual 3D curved glass panels combines with the also glossy aluminum frame and gives a really sophisticated look, and it feels incredibly premium in hands. Unfortunately, Samsung's kept prioritizing design over practicality. The fingerprint sensor is now even harder to reach thanks to the larger and even more boxy chassis. You will need a large yet skinny hand to reach the fingerprint sensor. The good news is, the Note 8 packs a whole lot alternative biometric unlock methods, yet none of them is flawless. Like iris scanning is next to useless for people who wear glasses, and face recognition can't read your face when it's extremely dark. Generally speaking, thanks to the fingerprint sensor and the added screen size, the Note 8 is a two-handed phone for the majority of the people. Still, once you've got used to that, you will be not necessarily thrilled, but amazed by the 6.3 inches 18.5 by 9 humongous widescreen. It's just perfect for video watching and gaming. Now, how much exactly is 6.3 inches larger than 6.2? In reality, as you might have expected, not much of a difference. But due to the Note 8 has a more rectangular chassis, and the screen doesn't curve until the very end of the two sides. If we take that into account, the flat area of the screen is now significantly larger than the S8 Plus. And at this angle we can get a clearer idea of how steep the slope is on the two sides. The edges on the top and the chin are also rounder than before. As a result, the screen pops out even more. So those are the changes, but the Note 8 still runs on 1080p out of the box. It's definitely noticeable on such a huge screen. We'll have to dial that back to Quad HD Plus manually. Meanwhile, the Note 8's carried all the screen modes, and even the lately added advanced color management control, in case you've got a red screen, a blue one, or a greenish one, whatever. Thankfully, I've got a perfect one, with no color distortion on both the sides at all. It could be Samsung's extra effort put on quality check. It could be the manufacturing process has become more mature, or maybe it's pure luck. The key is only accept your almost $1,000 or pounds Note 8 if it's got a perfect or acceptable screen at least. Time to check out the new features on the Note 8. Before that, unfortunately the Note 8 runs Android 7.1.1. We can just hope for the best when it comes to Android Oreo update. Up to this point, the Note 8 shares the exact same interface with the S8. There are some minor updates and new features though, like the newly added Apps Pair feature that allows us to launch 2 apps simultaneously. Multitasking on a 6.3 inches widescreen or tall screen in this case is indeed handy. Now the S Pen, probably the main difference between the S8 and the Note 8, except the camera. It's also got some decent new features which could make your life easier once in a while, but to be honest, those are not features that everyone would find them useful every single day. Like Screen Off Memo, it can now save up to 100 pages of notes. We can also circle and capture a specific part of the screen with the S Pen with Smart Select. Now Live Messages is a brand new yet controversial feature. I found it really fun to use. It makes my WhatsApp and Facebook Messenger chat rooms a lot fancier than before. But that said, it's totally not a revolutionary feature that some of you may even find it too fancy and not professional as a Note user. And finally, here we go, the new dual camera setup. Or is it new? Yep, it does comes with a traditional wide-angle 26mm lens with an f1.7 aperture, optically stabilized for sure, and pixel size measured at 1.4 microns. But the telephoto lens on the Note 8 has a larger aperture than the iPhone, at f2.4, with pixel size at 1 micron, and is also optically stabilized. This makes a day and night difference when it comes to low-light photography, when you wanted to zoom in. With the also new joystick-like zoom control handle for video, the Note 8 records incredibly smooth, stable and crisp 4K footages, even when you zoom in more than 2 times. This kind of sudden but subtle shift in white balance or shaky effect appear when it switches from the primary lens to the telephoto lens. But the key is, it redefines videography on smartphones, like the iPhone 7 Plus did, but this time around, even without a gimbal. That's incredible, the phone's literally got better eyesight than mine. And in case if you wonder how the zoom lens performs at night, unlike the iPhone 7 Plus, the Note 8 shoots on the telephoto lens most of the time even at night, with moderate lighting. The boost in details and sharpness is out of this world. Again, the phone's got even better eyesight than mine. And finally, here we've got some photos taken with a live focus mode. Again, the best ever bokeh effect on a smartphone. I've taken this out yesterday and wow, this was seriously impressive. It's rendered the bokeh effect correctly and flawlessly every single time. Even in challenging scenes that errors are expected, the Note 8 has nailed it. The edge of the main object is perfectly sharp, with no halo effect at all. That's way beyond my expectation. And just right before we end this video, if you ask me what am I using as my daily driver right now, well obviously the Note 8. I've put my SIM in it, and even a case on it, in case if I drop it or scratch it, whatever. So stay tuned for my full review. We'll definitely take a deeper look at this dual camera setup, and also the battery life, day-to-day performance, etc. See you next time. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. It's raining really heavily outside. Sorry for that noise.